Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today I want to talk to you guys about the makeup that I took with me and that I used whenever we went on vacation to Disney World. I had let you guys know in one of my previous videos that we were going on vacation, and I have a bunch of shorts up for you guys and videos on my TikTok of me doing a time lapse of the makeup that I wore each day to Disney. Now, we were in Orlando. It's September. It was really hot, so I wanted to do something that was kind of heat proof, kind of sweat proof, and something that would look good throughout the day and last throughout the day, or wear off really easily and really evenly, so that I could give you guys kind of a realistic expectation if you are wanting to do something like that. Whether it be a day at Disney where it's really hot, or whether it be a function that's going to be outside. I wanted to get on here and show you guys the palette I used. I took one palette with me, and I took very minimal amount of product because I know myself and I didn't want to overdo it with the makeup and feel heavy and cakey throughout the day, especially taking a mask on and off to go inside on rides. I wanted something that if it was going to wear off, it would wear off very evenly. So if you are interested in seeing that, give this video a big thumbs up. I really appreciate it when you guys like my videos, share my videos. Helps my channel to grow. I have so much fun doing these videos for you guys, and it's really helpful for me to just kind of sit here and chat with you guys and de-stress. So make sure you are subscribed to my channel, make sure your notifications are turned on, and ring the bell so that you are notified of all my upcoming videos. Today I have on my eyes the Naked 3 palette, and it is going to be featured in the series on my channel for Throwback Palette Thursdays. So if you guys are interested in seeing this look, make sure you're subscribed because those videos go up every other Thursday. Alright guys, let's get on into this video. So the first thing that I did every day was I washed my face, and then I used a sunscreen. So this sunscreen is from Cetaphil. It is the Pro Derma Control, and it is oil absorbing moisturizer with sunscreen 30 SPF. So I made sure to use this because we were going to be outside, we were going to be in the sun. I use SPF every day, but I wanted to use the oil absorbing one because I had hopes that it would really help my makeup to stay in place, help that oil to kind of stay at bay, and help my makeup to last longer. I do use this a lot, very frequently, but I usually use a lighter version if I know I'm not going to really be outside a lot. So then after my sunscreen was on, I went in with this primer from Benefit. This is the Porefessional. It's a pore filling primer, and it is kind of a mattifying primer. So usually I would just put this right here in this area where I need some pore filling, but for this, since I was going to be outside, I went ahead and put it kind of in my smile lines, in the normal area, and I put it on my forehead because that's where I get the most oil. I also went a little on my nose. So with this combined with the oil absorbing sunscreen moisturizer, I felt very confident that that would keep the oils at bay. So next, after I would prime, I would go in with some concealer, and I took two different concealers with me because I wanted to try both of them out. So I used the Tarte Hydrating Concealer under my eyes, and then another day I used the Lancome Teint Idole. Now I had tried this one before and this one, but never outside on a kind of hot, sticky day. So I tried each of these on their own, and then I also tried them together, and you'll see that in the shorts where I applied two different concealers. Next, I went in with this True Skin setting powder. I would use this to set down the concealer and only set down the concealer. Then I would go in with this Ulta Beauty finishing powder. This one is in the shade Light Neutral, And I would also go in with this peach blur from Too Faced. So I would take that on a big fluffy brush like this. I would swirl into both of them and I would really just go all over the face. I didn't use any liquid foundation because I knew it would be rubbing off a lot on my mask and it would be melting because it was so hot. So I only went in with a liquid product underneath my eye because I need a little bit more correction there. The peach blur and this one together worked really well for me. It gave me kind of a light to medium coverage, which I was fine with because I didn't want to be too heavy during the day when it was really hot. After that, I would go in with some of this MAC Prep and Prime lip primer. So my lips get really dry whenever I'm having to be under a mask, and this one doesn't really transfer to the mask like regular chapstick or like a lip oil would. So I would go in with that and let that kind of soak in while I did the rest of my makeup. I would go in with my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, just a light wash across the cheeks. I would use the Milani blush. This one is in the shade Luminoso, and I just once again, a very light wash across the cheeks. And then I would highlight with my Ofra Rodeo Drive. For brows, I used the e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil, and then I used the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter to set my brows in place and make sure that if it rained or I sweated, that my brows weren't running all over the place. Eyeliner, I used the NYX Professional retractable eyeliner in the shade Brown. This one stays so well. It's not a gel liner, but it goes on like a gel liner and it doesn't like collect in your tear ducts or anything like that. And then I would go in for lip with either both Wet n Wild Cloud Pout, and I would either use the Girl You're Whipped shade or the Fluffernutter shade, and I just threw those on, and then as they wore off throughout the day, I just threw some chapstick on because I wasn't worried about reapplying. And these kind of dried down to a satin finish, so they didn't really transfer to my mask. For eyeshadow, I picked up the Too Faced Born This Way Natural Nudes, and I did pick this up during Ulta Beauty's 21 Days of Beauty for 50% off. So I don't have any shadows from Too Faced, and so I figured my first one could be a neutral one. And this is what the inside of it looks like. You've got larger shades for your mattes, and you've got a little bit smaller shades for your metallics. Everything in here is a matte or a metallic. There's really no shimmer. You get a pretty good size mirror in here. I'm going to swatch all of these for you guys, and I was able to create a bunch of different looks. They also have this nice chocolatey brown shade that is great for lining and also great to throw in the brows if I didn't feel like doing the pencil. So let's go ahead and get these swatched for you guys. We're going to go from the light side of the palette to the dark side. And the first shade we're going to swatch is the shade Swan. And this is the lightest matte shade in the palette. Make sure you guys can see. So this is a very light matte shade. I use this to highlight the brow bone. It's very creamy, very buttery. It blends amazingly. This is the metallic shade right under it called Glistening Snow. And I used this one to highlight the inner corner or highlight the brow bone. Now we're going to go into the next matte shade, and this one is called Seashell. And it's kind of a skin-toned brown tan transition color. This is the metallic shade Shimmering Pearl. And it's kind of a golden metallic shade. Now we've got the matte shade Nude. This is more of a brown, and these mattes feel amazing, you guys. They are so soft and buttery. Now we've got Sparkling Sand right underneath Nude. And it's more of a darker gold. Now we've got Petal, which is a pinkish brown color, and it's a matte. And now we've got Rose Gold, which is the metallic right above Petal. Now we've got Maple, which is a kind of darker brown matte shade. And we've got Golden Light right above Maple. Now we've got the shade Cocoa. And the shade Sugared Chestnut. And we've got the shade Truffle. And the shade Sparkling Sable. And I'll do a short with these, and I will just do my arm with all the swatches on there, and I will link the palette and list the palette in the description box. But the most that I used was the shade Petal, Warm Rose, and Nude. And then on the day that I wanted more of a darker look, I went in with Cocoa and Truffle, Sugared Chestnut, and Sparkling Sable. So there's another look at the palette. The mattes are super, super creamy. They are so easy to blend. I was so happy that I picked this up. The metallics, some of them are a little chunky, but they're doable. You might just have to go in with a brush that is a little bit dampened instead of your fingertip, or you can just work it with your fingertip. It just takes a little bit more time. And then lastly, I would go in with my Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. This one lasts all day. It doesn't flake off. It doesn't smear or anything like that, so I would use that. And then I would set with some e.l.f. Stay All Night Setting Mist. And that would be it, you guys. I had a great time at Disney. I don't feel like I had a lot of makeup on. I never felt uncomfortable and like my makeup was itching or collecting, or I needed to like powder something down or touch something up. Everything felt very natural, very light to medium, but I still had that kind of like a little bit of makeup going on. Now there were people there that were like full to the nines, fully beat, wing liner, all this stuff, which if that's what you love, you do you, girl, because I cannot tolerate that in that kind of heat. I feel like I have done makeup at Disney before I started doing YouTube, and I would do too much and I would feel really irritated by the end of the day with my makeup. But this time I feel like I did just enough to have pretty makeup for pictures and feel like I looked awake and refreshed, but not that I was like sweating my whole face off. Another thing I wanted to mention was I did go in with this Morphe cheek tint a couple of days, and I would throw that down before I set my face, and that seemed to keep my blush on a little bit better than just the powder, because we were masking on and off to go on the rides, which wasn't bad. It's just having that cream product and then the blush, like setting it with the Milani blush, was a little bit more long wearing, and it didn't, that Morphe cheek tint doesn't feel heavy on your skin. So you guys check out my shorts where I do different makeup looks. I'm going to upload one with the swatches from the Too Faced palette. Follow me on TikTok. I'm at GlamRNbeauty. It's the same as my handle on YouTube, but the same as my handle on Instagram. I've been trying to upload to my stories more, upload more shorts, and upload to TikTok a little bit more to give you guys a preview of what's coming up on the longer videos on my channel. I hope you guys like this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.